Coming up on CityView, ACL Fest, what this popular music festival does for our local economy. Barton Springs Pool will tell you why the pool is temporarily closing. And Safety Wrap Austin Water sets a record with Water Treatment Plant 4. Thanks for joining us. I'm your host, Leslie Sopko. Those stories and more, but first our top story. Fallen senior police officer Jaime Padron has been inducted into the City of Austin Public Service Employee Memorial. A ceremony was held at Austin City Hall to recognize Padron for giving the ultimate sacrifice while on duty. The officer was shot and killed in April while responding to a call at a Walmart store. The memorial honors the men and women who have lost their lives while serving the City of Austin. It features intricate wood carvings of nearly 50 fallen city employees and includes an interactive kiosk with biographies and photographs of each employee.
Jaime was a guy that always had a big smile, had a big heart, never ever frowned, was the can-do guy in the department, was the guy that we will always remember for that smile that you see behind you, that smile that can light up a room. And I'm so thankful, Captain Vasquez and City Manager Ott and Mayor and Council for these figurines that not just for the police department, but for our entire city family that lay down their lives, that we are honoring their memory, honoring their sacrifice, keeping them alive and what they represented alive.
Padron had a 17-year career in law enforcement and joined the Austin Police Department in 2008. The memorial is on permanent display at City Hall, located near the elevators on the first floor. One of Austin's beloved swimming holes is getting some much-needed repairs. This fall and winter, crews will be restoring its bypass tunnel, which prevents floodwater from Barton Creek from entering the pool, at least in the case of smaller storms. The concrete tunnel was built back in the 70s and runs along the north side of the pool, with the top being used as a sidewalk. Channel 6 took a tour of the tunnel to see just how important this project has become for Barton Springs Pool.
The bypass culvert is essentially a 6x10 box culvert. The bypass was built in 1974 essentially to route more frequent storms around the pool to keep the pool from closing each and every time it rained. Prior to that, anytime it rained, the dam would overtop and the pool would have to be closed to clean out sediment that had washed in due to the rain. When you can see daylight through a joint, that's a pretty good indication that you need to repair it. We noticed some holes formed in the bottom of the floor of the culvert, and we had to do something to stop the water from leaving the pool and coming into the culvert. There's a hole that's formed close to the edge of the culvert, so water is rushing in from the pool and coming out, and the reason that it's shooting up is essentially has this much hydrostatic pressure, and so it's just trying to equalize. This area you can tell where some of the concrete has actually deteriorated and dropped off, but you can also see the exposed rebar that's actually trying to help keep the concrete together, which in this case didn't work out so well. Something happened to the culvert. We would have no way to keep the water in the pool. The pool would have to be closed because all the water from the pool would actually leave out through what's left of the culvert. To do the repairs, we're doing many things inside the culvert. To repair the holes in the floor, we're actually replacing the floor with some additional concrete. The water's also leaking inside the culvert through cracks in the joints, and so we're repairing that as well. We're also adding rock anchors to increase the stability of the culvert. It's very important that we keep the culvert from moving and additional damage to be done in the future. And by doing these repairs, we are trying to extend its life another 30 to 40 years.
Barton Springs Pool will be closed for the repairs beginning in mid-December and is expected to reopen in spring 2013. For now, swimmers can still use the deep end of the pool. The Austin Water Utility marks a major milestone of 1 million man-hours without a lost time incident on its Water Treatment Plant 4 construction project. To celebrate the occasion, some of the work crews came together to perform a safety rap.
1 million hours, you know the score. We need to do 1 million more. We're safe.
This achievement is the result of solid safety practices on various construction sites, ranging from the treatment plant, Lake Travis, and shaft sites to a raw water pump station and underground tunneling. Nearly 400 construction workers are on site daily, building fences, installing electric and plumbing infrastructure, tunneling underground, and operating heavy equipment both on land and water. And now it's time for our Austin City Council update.
Large-scale special events mean high demand for rides, so the Austin City Council has developed a system for granting temporary permits to drivers and vehicles for hire. The process would allow vehicles and drivers to be temporarily permitted up to 16 days in order to satisfy increased demand for for-hire services during large-scale special events. Temporary vehicle permits for limos, charters, and shuttles will run $75 a vehicle, while chauffeurs can get a permit for $20 a person. Applications for permits received within 18 days of the event will also incur an additional fee for expediting. The City Council also wants to plan for emergencies where tenants are displaced from rental housing for health and safety reasons. Council asked the city manager to seek input from interested stakeholders, including area school districts, nonprofits, and community members regarding the components of an integrated emergency tenant displacement response plan. Renters forced to immediately vacate a property in response to official determinations of unsafe conditions or other compliance issues at a site may experience undue hardship and require emergency assistance from several City of Austin departments, area school districts, and nonprofits. The city manager is expected to report back to council with the proposal and any related policy recommendations on or before February 15th of next year. And council voted to accept federal grant funds to help address crime issues in North Austin. The Byrne Criminal Justice Innovation Program is designed to help communities develop place-based, community-oriented strategies with coordinated federal support to change neighborhoods of distress into neighborhoods of opportunity. Austin is receiving $1 million to focus on an area bounded by I-35 and Cameron Road on the east, Rutland Drive to the north, Lamar to the west, and 183 Anderson Lane to the south. That area was chosen based on high levels of poverty, disinvestment, unemployment, and criminal activity, including open-air drug markets, prostitution, and loitering on street corners, in parking lots, and around homes and businesses. The grant funds are meant to help the city improve public safety, address social impacts, and ensure the long-term planning and implementation of revitalization strategies within the Runberg neighborhood. In all, council considered 63 items at its November 1st meeting. Its next regularly scheduled meeting will be November 8th. For CityView, I'm Larry Schooler.
The City of Austin has identified another Tree of the Year. The announcement was made at a kickoff ceremony for Texas Native Plant Week. This year's winner is the Old Baldy at McKinney Falls State Park. Old Baldy is estimated to be more than 500 years old, and according to the Texas Forestry Service, the tree's root system extends roughly 2 school bus lengths in all directions. Mayor Lee Leffingwell unveiled a commemorative plaque, and guided hikes were provided to the tree. Other activities for Native Plant Week included bike tours of demonstration gardens and a volunteer day to plant 150 trees at Lamar Beach near Lady Bird Lake.
I think Austin, recognizes that trees are really not only environmentally but economically and emotionally really valuable for its residents. And so they do invest a lot of time and resources into tree planting and care programs to make sure that they're consistently planting as many trees as they can each year, during the right time of year, which is right now in the fall.
Multiple city departments and several nonprofits contributed to the success of Native Plant Week. To learn more about Earthwise gardening tips, visit growgreen.org. And finally, the 11th annual Austin City Limits Music Festival attracted visitors from all over the country. 75,000 people attended the popular music festival at Zilker Park. 3 days, 8 stages, and more than 100 musical acts. Every year, the festival is an economic boon for the city of Austin. From hotel stays to pedicab rentals, economists estimate a $100 million local impact. In addition, ACL creates more than $21 million in advertising value for the city. The festival also aims to be as green as possible, with more than 240,000 bottles saved by using free water refill stations and a rock and recycle program for aluminum cans. Since 2006, festival organizers have donated more than $6 million to Austin's parks. The Austin Parks and Recreation Department is already looking forward to 2013. Next year's festival will be hosted over 2 consecutive weekends, October 4th through the 6th and the 11th through the 13th. That's all for this edition of City View. I'm your host, Leslie Sopko. Our next episode premieres Friday, November 9th. Thanks for watching.